Since Aaron Judge stepped into the majors back in late 2016, baseball hasn't quite been the same. He isn't just another slugger. He's the kind of player who changes the very air in a stadium the moment he walks toward the plate. Standing at 6'7" and weighing 282 pounds, Judge is larger than life, not just in frame, but in presence. The numbers prove it. Since his debut, nobody has hit more home runs. His total of 359 and counting is the stuff of nightmares for pitchers and pure electricity for fans. Nothing in baseball, nothing in sports can compare to the collective gasp of anticipation when that familiar number 99 digs his cleats into the dirt. This season, even with an elbow injury trying to slow him down, Judge is still on pace to close out another masterpiece, his fourth season with at least 40 home runs, and his fourth straight with an OPS soaring over 1,000. Yet again, the American League MVP award feels well within reach. But behind every towering blast, behind every pitcher's shiver on the mound, there are stories. Stories from those who've stood just 60 feet, 6 inches away from one of the most feared bats in history. And some of those stories go back to a time when Aaron Judge wasn't a household name at all. Take March 2nd, 2012. Stanford's ace, Mark Appel, was the talk of college baseball, a dominant force with a blazing fastball, preparing for what seemed like just another matchup against Fresno State. What Appel didn't know was that across the diamond, a relatively unknown sophomore named Aaron Judge was waiting for his chance. Up to that day, Judge had hit only 2 career home runs. He was still more potential than proof. But in that game, the legend began. Judge stepped in, saw his pitch, and took Appel deep. Not once, twice. Fresno State upset number 1 Stanford, and suddenly the whispers began. Appel remembers it vividly. We kind of walked in there thinking we'd steamroll them, and we didn't. I had just dominated Texas the week before, but against this .500 Fresno team, Aaron Judge lit me up. 2 of the only 3 homers I gave up all year came off his bat. It was shocking, and that was just the start. Other pitchers from those college years still talk about it. Eric Fedde recalls Judge's sheer size, saying, "He had that presence even then." You knew the power was real. Matthew Boyd remembers watching Judge pepper a scoreboard with line drives while everyone else was still blaming their bats for weak contact. Turns out, Boyd laughs, it wasn't the bats. It was Aaron Judge. But imagine being Appel in hindsight. Years later, watching Judge chase history in 2022, blasting homer after homer, the entire league holding its breath, and realizing you were part of that origin story. Maybe I should start an Aaron Judge support group for pitchers he's homered off, Appel jokes now, and maybe he's right. And hey, if you're feeling that same mix of awe of being part of Judge's journey, then pause for just a second. Hit that subscribe button. Because stories like this, stories that connect us to greatness, they deserve to be shared. Judge's rise didn't stop with Appel. The Cape Cod League the following summer cemented his place as a can't-miss prospect. He went up against top-tier college arms, future major leaguers in their own right. Some of those pitchers haven't thrown a competitive pitch in over a decade, but they remember exactly what it felt like to face him. Anthony Montefusco recalls running a fastball inside, thinking he had Judge jammed, only to watch the ball sail high and far over the trees, a blast so massive it seemed to disappear into the night sky. "That had to be 500 feet, he said, shaking his head even years later. And that's what makes Aaron Judge different. It isn't just the numbers, though they are historic. It's the way he imprints himself into the memory of anyone who's ever faced him. For pitchers, it's the humiliation of seeing a ball leave the yard faster than they can turn their head. For fans, it's the thrill of witnessing something that feels like destiny every time his bat meets the ball. For teammates, it's the reliability of a superstar who still carries himself like the underdog from Fresno. That mix, Dominance and humility, fear and excitement is what makes Aaron Judge's story one of the most compelling in baseball today. And it's why, as long as he's playing, no one will look away when he steps into the batter's box. Because let's be real, you don't want to miss the next chapter of this journey. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button right now, join this ride, and let's keep following greatness together. Fire! Aaron Judge isn't just rewriting record books. He's etching himself into the hearts and memories of everyone who's ever seen him swing. From college fields to Yankee Stadium, from overlooked prospect to MVP favorite, the legend isn't finished yet. And if history has taught us anything, it's this. When Aaron Judge is at the plate, you better pay attention.